Greetings. This is another section of transition. This is part of the short sections. The main section got too long and detailed, so I decided to try and make a few very short videos to give the core of this entire concept. This section is morality. The objective of the book Transition is to describe how humans can survive into the future. And it's studied as an ecological problem. How do we create a new ecology, a new niche to survive in? And originally I was looking at genetic adaptation, but humans, the mark of a human is we don't use our instincts as much. It's learned strategies. Well, these learned survival strategies are called moralities. The problem we face is in ways we have pretty good moral strategies on the surface, but the problem is they're based upon authority and precedence. They come from history, they come from religions, and that makes them very weak in ways because unless they're based upon reason and understanding, they will not be accepted, and they can't be defended, whether they're good ideas or not. So, and they also can't be analyzed, because traditional morality has almost always said things like, have a big family, and it's been a good strategy. Now it's not such a good strategy, and so you need to be able to analyze the parts of the morality. Now, a lot of morality is about family, children, because that's the basis of survival. That has to be the basic industry of society to survive. But in this sense, it has to be very broad. Running is a strategy of humans. You better consider it morally. Dance, religion, and family in particular, and children in particular, because that's the foundation of morality. Now, there's what I translate a lot of things into biology, and one is multi-generational behavioral patterns. You know them as institutions. They're ongoing needs, so they go on from generation to generation, and they involve more than just people. And these must be examined. Government, law, religion. How humans organize themselves is critically important to survival. And so these need to be examined, not in just in the history of politics. The American governmental form and legal form is a response to a previous form, and so it's ingenious. The founding fathers in America were very brilliant and examined this, examined different legal systems, including ones of the First Nations in America, and they developed, all the way back to the democracies of Greece, and they developed the best government and best legal system they could. But particularly the legal system, it was created to prevent the excesses of the previous political system, the monarchy. And so these organizational systems can be examined. Plus, you see things like how it becomes critically important for any institution that has an original purpose. Its own survival can become more important than the original purpose. So that all these moral situations to examine. And then eventually this gets a little bit more esoteric, a little weird, in that, like in the detail section, I talk about why, though normally in mammals, the male is bigger than the female, like we have in humans, where that could change. There's just circumstances why it wouldn't be at all surprising to me that if females eventually became bigger than males, if we're controlling our future. There's a good reason for it. So the point is that the humans, to create this new niche, this new ecology I'm talking about, humans are going to have to rationally and reasonably examine their moral strategies, their survival strategies. And there's no way that I can completely answer this, but I can lay a foundation of how to examine these and what it is like to rationally examine things that are mostly looked at very emotionally, particularly moral systems based upon religion. Now, and I can give a very different view, I think, than anyone has ever considered, that I've ever heard of these of the moral precepts and the foundations for them, particularly in the context of religion. What I found was very surprising. So this is just a short section to describe a major component of my book, which relates to morality. Keep in mind balance. That's one of the keys. Hopefully you'll find this interesting and want to look more into the detail section. Thank you very much.